Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You know what? The moment I saw UK adjusting its own protocols for travelers during this COVID pandemic, I knew that Nigeria was going to bring out some news soon. That's why I didn't create any video about it yet, because I knew that it was imminent that we'll get some information. Yes, so it's nearly 11 p.m. on Friday, the 15th of October, and an hour or so ago, as predicted, Nigeria actually released their protocols. So basically, the rules for traveling to Nigeria are going to change, right? For vaccinated travelers and also unvaccinated travelers. I want you to keep watching this video up to the end to know exactly what these new rules are for the different categories of travelers and also when exactly it's going to come into effect. That is exactly what this video is all about. So guys, first of all, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please support your girl. I know you guys enjoy the content here, the quickness of my delivery. I deliver the tea to you sharp. So make sure you hit that red button down below. Anyways, let's get straight into this video. This article from The Post, shared on October the 15th, title is Breaking: Nigeria Announces Updated COVID-19 Travel Protocols. And it states the Nigerian government has released the revised travel protocol into Nigeria effective Monday, the 29th of October, 2021. So essentially, it's going to come into effect in about 9 to 10 days, right? So on the 25th of October, 2021, these are the rules that you will have to follow if you plan on coming into Nigeria. So, going on into the article, it says the chairman of the Presidential Steering Committee and Secretary to Government of Federation, Boss Mustafa, issued a statement on Friday. The SGF said travelers arriving in Nigeria must present a negative COVID-19 PCR test result conducted not more than 72 hours before boarding. So what are they saying here? The rule here has not changed. Prior to you leaving the country that you're coming to, you need to do a COVID test, a PCR test, within 72 hours of your flight. It doesn't have to be 72 hours on the dot. It could be 24 hours before, 48 hours, any time before, within 72 hours of your flight, if you know what I mean. So that hasn't changed at all. It hasn't even changed for vaccinated travelers. So the UK has exempted vaccinated travelers from pre-departure tests. Nigeria is not going that route. You still need to do your PCR test before you fly, regardless of whether or not you've been vaccinated or not. Let's keep going. Goes on to say, henceforth, unvaccinated and partially vaccinated inbound passengers will be required to observe a mandatory 7-day self-isolation in addition to a COVID-19 PCR test on days 2 and 7 after arrival. So let me dive into this a little bit with you guys. So if you've been unvaccinated or partially vaccinated meaning, you're meant to take 2 doses and you've only taken 1 dose so far, right? They're saying you're pretty much unvaccinated, and if that's the case, you still need to self-isolate on arrival in Nigeria for 7 days, and now you need to do a day 2 and day 7 test after arrival. Remember previously you only had to do a day 7 test. In this case, they're adding an additional test, day 2, similarly to the UK, we follow the UK, yes, similarly to the UK. So you have that additional 2-day test that you have to do if you're unvaccinated, right? Prior to before, what the rules were before. Hope that's clear. It then goes on to say that fully vaccinated inbound passengers will not be required to observe the mandatory 7-day self-isolation, but will be required to do a COVID-19 test on day 2 of arrival. So what it's saying here is that if you've been fully vaccinated like I have been, right, you do not have to self-isolate for 7 days anymore, which is great because why, But it also says that you have to do a day 2 test. So most likely you probably have to pay in advance for the day 2 tests, right? So that's key to note. It then goes on to say, also, persons arriving on a business trip or on official duty staying less than 7 days in Nigeria must be fully vaccinated, produce a negative COVID-19 PCR test 72 hours before boarding, and conduct a PCR test on day 2 of arrival. So what they're basically saying here, that if you're a business traveler, I believe Nigeria is aware that a lot of people are coming into the country for less than 7 days, and I think they're acknowledging that right now, and basically saying that if you're staying for less than 7 days, you have to be fully vaccinated. So if you're planning on staying in the country for less than 7 days, it's implying that you cannot be not vaccinated, right? You have to be vaccinated. But I don't know how they're gonna like track that, if you know what I mean. Anyways, it also says that you have to produce a negative COVID PCR test 72 hours before boarding, just like everybody else, and then also conduct a PCR test on day 2 of their arrival. The article concludes, Mustafa explained that the revised travel protocol was based on science, national experience, and global development. So guys, that is the main gist of our travel protocols right now. Obviously, this is from an article. Once I get the official document from the government, I'll maybe do a video on that, because I'm sure it'll dive deeper into other aspects. But what do you guys think of it? You know, first of all, I'm actually very happy that the whole 7-day isolation has been scrapped for vaccinated travelers, but you still have to do a test, which is, I guess, in line with in the UK, you do have to do a test. And also, even in Canada, even though I was fully vaccinated, I also had to do a test actually at the airport on arrival, which the government covered for. I'm sure the government's not covering anybody's fees here. So yeah, like, let me know what your thoughts are. You know, I feel like there's some good, good aspects of it, right? But another question, who was self-isolating before? I know I was, but like, who else was, if you're being honest. Anyways, guys, I really hope it's been very informative, this new development. I would love to hear your thoughts, as I've said. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and you enjoy the kind of content I put out. And if you want to support me on the channel, you can always buy me a coffee. I'm going to leave a link below where you can buy me a coffee easily if you want to. Thank you again once for your support, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.